everybody, welcome back to E8 Football. I'm your boy Ethan, and today we're going to review the FA Cup final between Manchester City and Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace pulled the upset and managed to beat Manchester City in what was a one-goal game and win their first silverware of pretty much any major competition. It's been a real shock with the tournaments this year and teams that are supposed to do well in the tournaments and ending up failing. I mean, we've seen Crystal Palace today do it to Manchester City. We saw Liverpool absolutely get dominated by Newcastle United in the Carabao Cup. I mean, we saw Bologna beat AC Milan in the final of the Coppa Italia. The upsets just keep on coming, and I'm here for that. Football was made to be unpredictable, and it's working in the best way. And I like it when these rookies win trophies. I like when people pull it out from under and absolutely show every reason to be there. And this was exactly like it. And you have to give credit to Crystal Palace. I mean, just putting on a counterattacking masterclass against a Manchester City that's had a woeful defense all season pretty much. And one counterattack was all it took for Crystal Palace to get a goal, and that summarizes Manchester City's defense, whilst also summarizing Crystal Palace's attack and counterattack throughout pretty much the entire season. They are lethal on the counterattack, and I don't think Guardiola managed to take any precautions before, and you got to take precautions against end of the season Crystal Palace because they are one of the best teams towards the end of the season. I mean, we've seen it last year. They've gone on a 6-game unbeaten streak last year, and this year, upsetting the favorites in the FA Cup. Everyone thought Manchester City would win this game, and they pulled the upset. And I'm super, super happy for Crystal Palace. They got a bright future ahead, and whilst many people don't usually stay at the club, whilst many people go to different other clubs, you got to feel happy for them for at least winning silverware. It's more than Arsenal. It's probably going to be more than Manchester United or Tottenham. And it's more than Manchester City because Manchester City haven't won a single trophy this year. And it's really shocking from them considering the quality they have on paper, the amount of money they spent in the winter transfer window, and they have severely underperformed this season, like through all aspects. Erling Haaland will forever be remembered as the guy who cursed Manchester City by telling Arsenal to stay humble. Those words absolutely destroyed Manchester City. They cursed them so badly to the point of them not performing near enough to the levels that they're supposed to. And I don't know what to say, man. Pep Guardiola better fix things up in the summer for you guys. If not, things are going to be looking shady. I mean, I know you guys got Kevin De Bruyne leaving. You're going to want to put some pressure on people like Bernardo Silva, Kovacic, who else with him? Gundogan, Ederson, old people that aren't playing very well in the pretty much throughout the whole season and have been responsible for Manchester City losing a bunch. You guys already let Kyle Walker go out on loan. I don't know how that loan is going. I don't think Milan are doing very well, so they're probably not going to want to keep him. And spending over $200 million in the winter transfer window to get nothing. I mean, Nico Gonzalez has been great, and I love Nico Gonzalez as a player, but he's just not looked like the same Nico Gonzalez that was dribbling past a few midfielders at Fiorentina. And Omar Marmoush, I love Omar Marmoush. I think he's a future for Egyptian football. And the goal contributions he's achieved with Frankfurt this season are incredible. And on Manchester City, he's just not looked like the same player. I mean, he has the same amount of attacking prowess, but I think there's a serious problem between him and Haaland sharing the front line. And Pep's going to have to manage that. It's going to have to be managed, and he's going to have to find a new system for getting those two on the same plane. You also have players that have underwhelmed this season for Manchester City. I mean, Phil Foden hasn't been anywhere near his best. I mean, last year he was incredible. I think he was player of the season. And this year he has been nowhere near that. I mean, he's just fallen off. Like, Phil Foden's probably one of the future prospects for English football, and he has not looked anywhere near his past self. The same with Grealish. You could say the same about Haaland, but I don't blame it on Haaland. I mean, he got hurt, but I still think he'll be Manchester City's striker for seasons to come. Unless Real Madrid call him or do something to get him over, because Real Madrid keep getting all these players for free now. Yeah, you guys got some serious problems to deal with in terms of like players that are not performing well, or players that are old and are just not playing to the best of their ability. And you could see that in the Crystal Palace match today. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne did not play very well today. I mean, he had a few good shots, and I mean, I guess he had a few decent outlet passes, but he looked absolutely gassed out there today, and he kept losing the ball in the middle of the field, and just kept leading to Crystal Palace counterattacks, which put City on the defensive. And they're not very good in the defensive this year. I mean, they have Josko Vardiol, who has been a revelation this season. I think he's going to be left back of the year or something, because he's been incredible in terms of scoring goals and putting in defensive actions. But people like Akanji, like he's not been great this year. And Ake has been pretty much hurt all season, and when he plays, he doesn't play as well. I guess you can stay with Ruben Diaz, because Ruben Diaz is always reliable. No, Kyle Walker has been a hole for City in that right back position this season, and we're just gonna have to see where it goes from here. I'm pretty sure they're gonna try and splash some money in the summer this season. Or no, not this season. Throughout the summer transfer window. They were linked to Florian Wirtz, but I don't think Florian Wirtz is going to come to the Premier League. I think he's going to Germany just to play for Bayern Munich. They were linked with Ederson from Atalanta. I think he's a great shout, great person to add to that Manchester City midfield. And I think they were also linked to a few other players. But at the end of the day, this season will go down as a disaster for Manchester City, and it's really hard to see what would happen next. I mean, I know you guys are going to keep Guardiola, but I mean, it's looking a bit bleak for Manchester City in the future. They got to make that money. You got to splash the cash and make sure to get some players that'll keep them back to stardom. We don't know what's going to happen with the 115. It's just the whole future of uncertainty for Manchester City. And for Crystal Palace, on the other hand, they're looking bright. Yes, many players leave. I know they go to other clubs and usually leave Crystal Palace to go to different clubs. Like we saw it with Elise last year. Eze will probably go. Guehi will probably go. Wharton will probably go. But they can mark down this year as a success, because they won silverware, something that has never been done in their history, and I applaud it. Good job, Crystal Palace. You guys have won more trophies than Arsenal in the past 3 years. You guys have won more than Tottenham, and it's a really good job. I'm just hoping over here that, we got to be spitting all over the place. I'm just hoping over here that Manchester United could actually pull off a decent performance in the final. Don't end up like Manchester City. We're in a worse situation than Manchester City, and we'll just have to see what happens in the final. But congratulations to Crystal Palace for winning the FA Cup. It was a solid performance. 10 out of 10 for counterattacking. That Henderson save with the penalty was great. I don't know what Man City was thinking I don't know what Haaland was thinking giving Marmoush the penalty. I think Haaland is the designated penalty taker for Manchester City, but I'm assuming he gave Marmoush a chance, but I'm not going to get into that very much. Do I think it was a red? Yes, I thought it was a red, but the referees always stink over here in England, so sorry, Manchester City. The referees really need to be investigated. So yeah, congratulations, Crystal Palace. Manchester City have some work to do. Manchester United hopefully should probably do good in the final to save their future. And Barcelona is winning everything. Domestic treble. Let's go. I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.